the hanging of dance of cranes. We have a garden room for viewing the Japanese garden. The ceiling is covered with Maranti plywood, giving it a very Japanese feel. We wanted to duplicate that feel on the brick wall of the chimney. Maranti grows in the rainforests of Southeast Asia. Ours is from Indonesia. Maranti plywood is popular as a thin laminate. Ours is 1/8 of an inch thick. We bought 3 sheets of plywood to cover all the brick. We couldn't just glue or nail plywood to brick. We decided to nail the plywood to wood boards. But first, we had to screw the boards to the brick using concrete screws. We had to drill holes for the concrete screws using a concrete drill bit. At first, we used an ordinary corded drill. That failed. We had to buy a hammer drill to make it work. On the first try, we used concrete screws that were too short. Also, the heads were not flush with the boards. We replaced screws with longer ones that had flat heads. We also used a countersink bit on the boards to make the screws flush. Because the plywood is so thin, we had to use a blade that wouldn't rip it. In the photo, I use an oscillating saw with a fine wood blade. Later, I used a circular saw with a plywood blade, much faster. My wife did the sanding and staining. The finish was beautiful. We nailed the plywood using an 18-gauge brad nail gun. The original brads we used was just a little too short, so I had to replace the brads we had with longer ones. Compared to drilling brick, working with nail guns was quick and easy. The final stage was adding the surrounding trim. After staining the trim with a darker color, we put it up with a nail gun. We mounted the painting using command strips. However, the brick wall didn't have a uniform surface. Unlike the ceiling, the plywood was not laying on a truly flat surface. The large canvas really needed a flat surface. The final solution was to move the canvas to the inside wall in the living room. The inside wall was a perfectly flat tiled wall surrounding the fireplace. It was originally a brick wall before it was tiled. The black tiles make the painting pop, and the painting integrates well with the teal theme in the living room. Fortunately, we had a Japanese scroll, which didn't need a flat surface. Finally, I can get back to my art project. Sometimes I have to spend time as a carpenter to frame art. With the brick covered by the Maranti, the room now looks more Japanese. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like